Hello, hello. Welcome back to the Average Movie Review Podcast. Folks, I just finished watching Mission Impossible The Final Reckoning, and I have thoughts. Lots and lots of thoughts. I just wanted to start off by saying, Tom, we need you to do one more. This could not be your final Mission Impossible movie. There needs to be one more, and I think you know why. First few minutes, I'm going to make this spoiler-free, and then I'll let you know when I'm going to be spoiling the film. Initial thoughts: it's a good movie. It's action packed. It does start off a little bit slow. There is a lot of exposition, but I'll explain why it's important. It may not be important to you, but it is important to some of the fans. So there's that. There is some cringy dialogue that you kind of have to just overlook. But visually, this movie is absolutely stunning. This is a movie built for IMAX, and you need to watch it in IMAX. If you do not watch it in IMAX, you are doing yourself a disservice. I promise you that. Action-wise, Tom delivers on a whole nother level as usual. The scenes, everything, it's heart-pounding, pulse-pounding, like you are at the edge of your seat. Especially the submarine scene with the music and everything, absolutely amazing. And the final battle, or what you've seen in the trailer, it would be, I guess, like the airplane scene. Amazing, amazing, amazing. What else? Everybody does their part. Everybody plays their part to the T. Once again, Ethan is Ethan. He delivers every monologue perfectly, and he makes you feel like it is literally the end of the world. Direction, everything was done beautifully. I think everything was, it was a good movie. It was a really good movie. It is a love letter, I think, to Mission Impossible fans for sticking with them for 8 full movies and helping them build this universe. If you have seen all 8, or if you've rewatched them, I think you will appreciate this film a lot more. Unless if you've just started and maybe your first film was Fallout or Rogue Nation, then maybe you won't enjoy it as much. Is it the best Mission Impossible movie? No. Could it be better? 100%. But there's an emotional component to this film, and I think that's something that you have to understand. And also, when you're go in watching it for the movie itself. Don't go in with any sort of crazy expectation. Just enjoy what you're watching, because that's what he made. A movie that's worth watching in IMAX. A movie that will leave you stunned right up until the end. A movie that will pull on your heartstrings if you're a hardcore fan. And a movie that will still be considered to be a top-notch action film at the end of the day. I'm going to give this film a solid 8 out of 10. And yeah, like I just feel like it's not over. There needs to be one more. And Tom, if you're listening to this, thank you for everything you've done, but we both know you can do one more. And I have a great idea for the last film. Hit me up. Uh, but yeah, let's move forward with spoilers. So from this point forward, it will be spoilers. So if you haven't seen the film, go watch the film, come back and listen to my review. If you give a shit, if you don't, that's totally fine as well. But yeah, moving forward. Okay, so when I said that there was cringiness, there's a lot of cringiness in this film. This film was directed in a way where I think it was trying to bring back the 1990-2000 type film, where we're supposed to feel like the world is ending every 5 or 10 seconds, and we're reminded of it. And then there's the cheesy shots of the of like the president and stuff like that, and like, you know, the camera movement, some of it were just like cheesy. It's just a cheesy moment, and I think that's what really takes away from the film. A lot of people would say that it was the exposition, but I would argue differently because I feel like you need the exposition, you need the flashbacks. When I came out of the theater, some guy was like, "There's too many flashbacks," but I'm like, if you're not a hardcore Mission Impossible fan or you have no idea of the movie itself, you need or you haven't seen the other ones, you need those flashbacks because it explains and it connects those films together, and it gives you a little bit more understanding as to what they're talking about and why this stuff matters and who are these extra characters that they're bringing in, right? So I think the exposition, the flashbacks were necessary. Like I went with a friend who has never seen a Mission Impossible film. He didn't even tell me until the end of the film, but he also understood and he was just like, yeah, we need the flashbacks for people who've never seen these type of films to understand what's so important. And the exposition just makes the film even more emotional, and that's what I mean by the emotional composition component to the film. Without the exposition, I don't think if you're a hardcore fan, you would feel as emotional, full well knowing that this could be Tom Cruise's last Mission Impossible. And the characters, Benji, Luther, and well, really it's Benji and Luther and Kittredge even, and Dunlo, who surprisingly was a great addition to the team. These characters, right? They hold something, especially Benji and Luther. Like they've come a long way, and Luther's been there since MI1. Even he had a small little cameo in Ghost Protocol. So his character's exposition or his character's flashbacks, everything leading up to it, it makes it important. It also reminds you, even if the flashback had nothing to do with the character, it reminds you how far we've come as Mission Impossible fans and how far this series has come. And more importantly, how far Ethan has come. Despite going against his country every time, he has managed to somehow save the world and deserve and got no credit for it, actually. Not deserve, but got no credit. And yet he continues to do it every day just blindly. He just does it. He doesn't care. And I think that's the emotional component to it. There's a little speech by Luther at the end. I'm not going to spoil some things, but there's a little speech by Luther at the end. And he says that the world needs you no matter what. And even if they don't know it, you will always do the right thing. And that's the truth, right? Ethan Hunt, throughout all 8 movies, has always done the right thing, despite how much it has hurt him, how much he has lost, who he has lost. He is willing to make the sacrifice to save millions. He's willing to do whatever it takes. He's willing to put himself in impossible situations in order to get there. So, in order to complete the mission. And it's absolutely incredible to me how far Tom Cruise has come. Like being 62 years old, I believe that's his age, and doing this, performing the stunts that he does and the way that he does his action, kudos to the man. He has truly brought cinema back alive. Even if you don't like the movie, I think you should still go watch it because that man gives everything he's got in it. Even if you don't end up liking the story or you don't like the dialogue, whatever it is, exposition, everything, you don't like it, you will enjoy the fact that you know that this man put his heart into this film. And if he gets another chance, he'll do it again. So I think that this film is, I think, like a love letter to Mission Impossible fans. Or maybe I'm taking it too far. You can let me know. But I think it is a love letter to Mission Impossible fans, the way that they connect the rest of the films in the past and how they bring everything together. It shows us how I guess like important Ethan is and how crazy it has been, this ride that we've been on with him and how far we've come, as I mentioned before. I think the storyline was fine. The AI portion of it's a very realistic approach. I just feel like had they had gotten rid of some of the way that they shot the film, like the cheesy shots of like the camera panning back, or like the timer going off, or some of the lines like we only have 24 minutes, like like, or whatever, like, and Palm Clementi, who plays I think her name is Perry in the film. She does a wonderful job, but I feel like she got the most cringiest lines in the entire movie, and I just feel really bad for her. But she's absolutely amazing. And Benji, Sean does a wonderful job no matter what. He is. I don't even, Sean Penn is just amazing. You know what I mean? No, it's not Sean Penn. Sorry. Shoot, I forget his name. It'll come to me. But he's just absolutely, Benji's just absolutely amazing. Luther delivers a wonderful performance as well, an emotional performance. Tom does a wonderful job. Haley does a wonderful job. Even the new guy, Dega, I think his name is Tarzan something. He does a wonderful job too. Like everyone fits well into the film. The team is nice. Everybody in the team is good. Everyone does a wonderful job. Dunlo was a surprise character, but he was a fun character. I really enjoyed it. Kittredge once again does Kittredge stuff, and honestly, kudos to that man. He plays that character so well. You just absolutely hate him. So good. Such a good character. There are a little bit of a twists and turns in the film. I think it's a nice twist. A lot of people might say it's a little too dramatic. I don't know. I find it to be nice to kind of connect everything all together, to show the consistency of every film. So they did a good job there. I'm not going to spoil the twist for you there. Angela Bassett does a good job, but I feel like she over delivers some scenes. I think it's just too much. I don't think we needed it, but again, she does the best that she can with what she has, and she always delivers no matter what. Um, but yeah, I think overall good film. I wouldn't say this is it's a love letter to us, but I wouldn't say it's the last film. I wouldn't say that this is like his final goodbye. I really hope it's not because it wouldn't be a proper goodbye. I think there's one more mission left. I think that there's still one more thing he needs to do. And uh, I don't know. I just feel like Tom needs to, I don't know, pressure Paramount to give him that last chance because he can deliver. And I don't know if this is because of McQuarrie or if it's because of Tom or what the writing process was, what the storyline, what the issues were. I just feel that a lot of things could have been handled a lot better, a lot better. And I don't know if it was like Paramount's intervention or if it was just they just didn't know how to do it or they did it themselves and they messed up completely. They needed to fix some things up. But from a visual standpoint, you guys will love this film. Again, please go watch it in IMAX. It is absolutely stunning. The picture quality is breathtaking. The scenes that they do in IMAX, absolutely gripping. It grips you. I'm not even lying. I had a guy who was sitting on the edge of his seat for the entire scene, the submarine scene. Like he was just on the edge of his seat. You know, I just like your eyes will love you for it because that's how good it is. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let me know what could have been done better. Oh, one more thing. And I think this is because of the cringiness and whatnot. It's like kind of like my solution to the cringiness is a lot of the other Mission Impossible films. Again, the whole point of the film is everything that they do is kind of impossible, right? It's left to the last second. It's everything you see is the point is to get you to be on the edge of your seat. Like, will they succeed or will they not? Yeah, deep down you know they will. But what some of the older Mission Impossible films did in the past was that it made you feel like, holy shit, what if they actually don't? Right? I only had that in one scene, and I think it was the sub scene that was very, very crazy. Um, but I think there were other scenes where, because of the cringy dialogue or some of the cringy scenes that were being played out, it took away from the film. It took away from it. Again, like I said, I think they were trying to go for that 1990, 2000 type feel of a movie, and I feel like it was wrong. What we needed was like a Rogue Nation or a Fallout type film for this film to be the last film in order to have the impact that I think Tom wanted it to have. Um, it still impacts you. Don't get me wrong. Like when you get to the end of the film and the last scene, like it's open ended, of course. Like again, this is a spoiler, but it is open ended. It does make you feel like he could come back, but it just even though it's an open-ended scene, it just didn't feel like it should have been the end. You know what I mean? Like you could have ended it and still put an open-ended scene and let us live with the imagination that he is still out there doing his thing. But unfortunately, the way the movie played out and the emotional impact that it should have had, it just didn't have at the end. The speech by Luther was beautiful, but it just felt like it was incomplete. It just felt like everything leading up to the speech was incomplete, and we need more. So that's why I keep saying there's still one more Mission Impossible film left to be made, and I really hope that he does it. But yeah, that's my review of the Final Reckoning. 8 out of 10. Let me know what you guys think. I'd love to hear from you guys, so please comment and let me know. And see you in the next review.